All right, here's another problem that you might encounter when you deal with exponents and fractions and such. So let's say I had this, x to the fifth divided by x to the fifth. Now you're probably wondering, I don't know what that is. Okay, let me give you a little easier one. Let's say I gave you 5 divided by 5. Now hopefully you said 5 divided by 5, well that equals 1. And you'd be correct. Because 5 goes into 5 one time. So the answer is 1. So let's go back over here. X to the fifth divided by x to the fifth. Still not quite sure? Well, let's think of it this way. Remember that property of exponents we learned, where if I have the same base, so x is my base, and I'm dividing, that means I can subtract the exponents. So what's 5 minus 5? Well, that would be 0, right? So 5 minus 5 is x to the 0th power. And think of it this way, x to the 0th power, the answer is 1, and here's why. So 5 divided by 5, it's the same thing, it's 5 divided by 5. It's the same thing divided by the same thing. So that means it's 1. It doesn't matter if it's variables, x to the fifth and x to the fifth are the same exact thing. I can plug in any number I want, and it's still going to be the same number on both top and bottom. So that also carries into this property of exponents. Because if you were to use this property, 5 minus 5, it would be 0. Same thing if I were to do this. If I were to say x to the third times x to the negative third, right? So in this case, because I'm multiplying two numbers with the same base, we add the exponents, so 3 plus negative 3 is x to the 0. So here's what basically I'm trying to prove. Any number to the 0th power equals 1. So it could be 7 to the 0th power. It could be 9 to the 0th power. It can be 1,324,728 to the 0th power. All those answers equal 1. So any number to 0th power equals 1. So there's the proof behind it, because using our properties of exponents that we've talked about. And so whenever you count in your homework, if you ever get something to the 0th power, you can go ahead and change it, because we know any number or variable to the 0th power equals 1.